Kamusta kayong lahat mga kaibigan, mga kabidavs, online, abroad, and worldwide? Hope you guys are having a great time. San man kayo naroroon. It's Big Daddy Benny Davis again. And before anything else, I'd like to greet all the grandparents. Grandparents Day today, September 13. And sa lahat ng mga lolo, lola, all over the world, to my mom and dad, sa lahat ng mga grandparents, happy Grandparents Day po sa inyong lahat. Today, mga kaibigan, we're gonna have, our topic is gonna be stress management. And to help us bring a lot of stress, nakasar pa ako. Hindi, may co-host ako mga kaibigan. Ito, stress-free to eh. A. Jordan. Hi, AJ.
Hi, Benny Davis. Welcome mga ka-doves. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Benny Davis Live. Today we're going to talk about stress management. And you know what, Benny Davis? Ito yung nakakatawa eh. Ako yung papastress sa nanay ko. Mga anak ko.
Welcome to my world. Ganun din ako.
So I am not... I am stress-free because I'm the one who's actually giving stress to sa mga mahal ko sa buhay.
Pero sabi nila, 'di ba, either yung stress sa depending kung paano mo i-take in, either good or bad nasa sa'yo. It's how you process it.
Yes, and it actually takes experience then to manage stress since alam mo naman kung anong pinagdadaanan ko. I'm a law student, at the same time I'm an entrepreneur.
Correct.
So stress is a part of my life.
Tama.
It's
You eat stress for breakfast.
So I eat stress for breakfast and I still eat stress for lunch and dinner. And thank you naman sa Benny Davis Live. It actually relieves my stress.
Yan ang bande. Kasi bibigyan pa kita ng stress, kala mo. Kala mo lang yun.
Sarap kaya nito. I mean, all my friends know that managing stress is a difficult part para sa akin.
Correct.
For me to be able to talk about stress in my level, di ba? Ibang-iba yung level na yan. It's gonna be a very interesting topic for tonight.
Tama yun. But before that, before we introduce all our guests for tonight, I'd like to extend my appreciation and gratitude sa guest natin yesterday, kay Senior Blues at kay Maverick. A lot of people have messaged me, congratulated us dahil we guested the best DJs, the best mentors ever.
Our best, diba?
Yun, kay Senior Blues, kay Maverick, thank you po sa inyo. It wouldn't be that successful last night if it was not for you guys.
It was a great program, diba? Benny Davis Live.
Dami ka naman natutunan.
Oo. And then, diba, so right now, diba, nagiging streak na to eh. Benny Davis Live has a streak of success. Oh, diba? Ang ganda.
Thanks to you. Dude.
No, thanks to you. Diba?
Thanks to you. Dude. At sa lahat mga kabidavs natin, yung mga followers natin, kagaya nila Rose Skips, ito si Rose Skips at si Edgy Manila na ngayon, nakatutok na ngayon. Guys, if you are watching right now, feel free to join us. As of the moment, we have 20 viewers. O, di ba? 20 lang tayo. So kahit ano pwede natin pag-usapan.
May watch party pa ako, si Kathleen nanonood. Si Tonsky, listener natin yan dati. Si Lawrence, si Joff, he's in MTC1.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's watching.
Nice. Salamat sa inyong lahat. Thank you for watching and kindly share the video if you would.
Yes,
okay.
We'd appreciate that. And now, diba, this is something that we go through every day. And lalo na pandemic, Benny Davis. It's
correct.
Pandemic na pinagdaanan natin. Siyempre, mawawalan tayo ng finances, number one. Because our work, diba, hindi siya, it's not back to normal. And
sobra.
Management is something that we have to talk about para
napapanahon.
Oo, di ba?
Napapanahon siya.
Kailangan natin pag-usapan for us to be able to relieve our stress.
Correct. So, to start off, mga kabidavs, guys, gusto ko nang i-introduce sa inyo ang ating first guest. Okay? Our first guest, she's a dental practitioner. formerly college professor, private dental practice currently with Baguio General Hospital and Medical Center, and dental department. Please welcome, suki na natin siya. Okay? Ito na po, si Dr. Jen Obilia Ariaga. Dr. Jen!
Hi, Doc Jen.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, we'll call you Jen tonight. Hi, Jen.
Yeah. Hi, Sir Benny. Hi, AJ.
Benny na lang or Alvin?
Sige, let's win na lang para mas madali. Ayan.
O yung
So,
Vin na lang. Total, classmates tayo.
hindi halata.
Classmates kayo, nasa 32-30 mga ganun na.
27,
AJ.
easy. Huwag mo kaming stress.
Ako kasi I'm 32.
Okay.
O yun. Ang next,
Ayan, so,
Dr.
good evening sa
Jen,
lahat.
Dr. Jen, bati ka na muna. Gusto ko bumati
Yeah.
ka. If you have your family, friends, yung clients mo, go ahead.
Nakalimutan ko may asawa ko last time. So, hi, honey. Sabi niya, nag-shoutout ka sa lahat. Ako hindi mo sinoutout.
Oo.
So, sorry. Hi, honey. Ayan, good
Ano
evening.
pangalan ni Honey?
February 14 ang birthday niya. So, hulaan mo pangalan niya.
Valentino.
Exactly.
Okay,
Sir Val or Sir Tino, welcome po.
Yan.
Welcome
And
po
of
sa
course,
Benny
sa
Davis
ating
Live.
mga kabatch. Ayan, si Aline, si V, andyan na. Si Rose, andyan dyan.
Diba?
Saya.
Go ahead, Dr. Jen. Yun lang?
Ayan.
Family.
Oo, si Doc Dora, syempre.
Yun lang?
Oo, matipid
Matipid.
ako. Madami pa tayong pag-uusapan.
Sige.
Benny,
Okay.
wait lang. Before you introduce yung ano mo, I'd like
Ay,
to
ako-
watch
ako-
kasi now.
Go ahead.
I'd like to say hi to Clary and to Aljen. And syempre, I'd like to say hi as well kay Val, yung aming business partner, asawa ni Butch Mendoza, ka-birthday ni Karen Anton. Hi,
Ay,
Val.
Karen.
Happy
Hi,
birthday.
Val.
Hi, Val, and hi, Karen. Yan. Happy
Ayun.
birthday. Hi, Wilma. No, di ba?
Yun. Kay Wilma at kay Christian Emily. Sana all my honey, Doc Jen.
Wow. Perfect. Oh, di ba?
Ang galing naman ng comment ni Dr. Changdora talaga. Okay, yung next, munti ko na sabihin, next contestant eh.
For the price is not
Oo.
right.
Hindi kasi nung bata kami, nakikisinging contest to. Tsaka kung kulang na lang sumali sa beauty contest to eh. Kasi ang dami nagkaka-crush dito nung elementary kami. Okay, she's a college professor in SLU, School of Accountancy, Management, Computing and Information Studies, a certified public accountant of JARCO Realty and Development Corporation. And to tell you honestly, she's my choir member. Choir ko siya back in elementary. And dance partner ko to. Oo, sa PE nung college.
Wow. Dance partner. Amazing.
Oo. Please welcome Miss Bernadette Mendoza Cope. Miss Bernadette!
Hi. Good evening.
Sensya ka na sa intro ko, masyado mahaba ba?
Grabe. Grabe intro yan, ha?
O yun. Miss Bernadette, go ahead. Bati ka, greet your family, your friends, lalo na yung katabi mo dyan, ayaw magpakita.
Oo. Batiin ko muna yung husband ko na nag-celebrate ng birthday niya kahapon. So, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Okay. And hi also sa mga students ko kung may mga nanonood man sa mga students ko ngayon. Hopefully, meron.
Marami yan, Miss Bernadette, syempre.
Ito pala, before we move on, sorry Bernadette, guess what? Since we're talking about teachers, guess who's watching?
Teacher natin sa high school?
Yes. So, Ma'am Wilma Bading, thank you for
Ma'am
watching.
Wilma, hi, thanks for watching, Ma'am Wilma.
And yung husband niya, Sir Willie, thank you for watching. Hi,
Really? Ang aga pa sa East Coast
Oo, they're watching now. So, ganun na, ka-popular ang Benny Davis Live.
Thank you po for watching. We're still waiting for another guest. She's still trying hard to set up her her laptop or her phone. But Anna May Levardo is gonna be joining us later. And then Captain Edward Lumasang, I invited him to join the show, but he declined a few days ago because he was really busy. At sa tingin ko, stress din siya.
Tama.
O yun.
This is the new normal. Coping up with stress is something that we'll have to discuss and we'll have to go through every day.
Correct. Kaya depending, like I said earlier, depending on how we process it.
Tama.
Alam mo yun? Okay, to start off, AJ, I'm gonna ask one of our guests. Ito na, mag-uumpisa na. Umpisahan siguro natin either kasi both sila on halos same field of work. They used Dr. Jen used to be a college professor, and presently si Miss Bernadette ganun din siya. So maybe we'll start with kasi mas sa tingin ko mas maraming stress yung si Miss Bernadette kasi may mga estudyante daw siya ngayon eh. Tas online education. So Miss Bernadette, what is your stress contributor right now? Ano yung talaga nagtitrigger sa'yo? If you don't mind.
Depende kasi kung anong area. So basically, pag sa education, sa pagtuturo, ang talagang nagko-cause ng stress mo dyan is, number one is yung ano mo yung subject na ituturo mo. Kasi kahit na sabihin mong linya mo yan, meron pa rin yung mga area or field ng expertise mo. Yan. So, second to that is, pag alam mo na kung ano yung subject mo, then yung students mo. Kasi very much diversified ang characteristics, at saka character mismo ng mga estudyante mo. Lalo na nung face-to-face. Kasi, syempre, we happen to have an inclusive education. So, hindi mo pwede mapili kung sino yung mga pwede mo mga estudyante. And ultimately, pag nasa klase na and all, ang naging malaking stress contributor dyan is yung naiintindihan ba ng mga estudyante mo. Yan. Kasi it is quite different yung letting the topic or letting the subject be known, particularly to the students. Kasi kung kami, parang sanay na kami doon. Yung pang to the level na maiintindihan nila. And that is basically very stressing. Kasi may mga ibang students napakatahimik. Hindi mo alam kung naiintindihan ba o oo. Meron yung mga iba. Meron yung bang pag tinanong mo, naiintindihan ba? Pag nag-exam, hindi naman ganun kaganda yung performance. So, what basically is the reason kung bakit nagiging ganun yung mga results? So, kailangan mo ring intindihin. Kaya nga sabi namin, pag naging teacher ka, dapat parang guidance counselor ka rin. Psychiatrist, magaling ka sa psychology and all. Yes, kasi you have to. At saka, napaka-importante yung hindi ka manid as a teacher. Kasi basically, dapat nararamdaman mo kung may pinagdadaanan ba yung estudyante or hindi. And
oh my gosh, so kailangan mo pakiramdaman.
Kailangan yun. Okay? Kasi ultimately, pag if you happen to ignore that, makikita mo sa performance na eh. And then later on, pagpunta na ko na rin na finals and you happen na to see kung ano naging problema, then basically, stress na sa'yo kung kung papasa ba siya, o babagsak ba siya. Diba? So, it is really a process, particularly pag sa education.
Pero Miss Bernadette, di ba, with all your students, how many do you have per class?
We have about 50.
Oh, 50?
50 per class. So, 50 per class.
And what software do you use?
At present, naka-online kami. We have about a maximum of 50. I'm handling about 6 classes.
Oh my gosh, 6 classes, all same subjects.
And then magkakaiba. May first year, may second year, may third year, at saka may fifth year ako. So, iba-iba. So, kaya parang pati yung approach, iba-iba rin.
Iba-ibang klaseng tao, di ba?
Oo, pati yung level. Kasi may first year, parang napaka-basic yon. Fifth year is very advanced na yung mga yan. So, kailangan mong timplahin talaga kung ano yung dapat na mode of instruction for them.
And plus, every year level, different approach,
Yes.
different level of focus din sila, I guess.
Correct.
For
Yes.
sure.
Oo.
For
Yes.
sure, ng mga first years tayo, parang tayo ng freshman, di ba? Usually, hindi pa tayo masyadong focus eh. Parang very playful pa.
Correct. At makikita mo dyan yung parang, alam mo yung parang naglalaro-laro pa, mga ganyan, di ba? Parang naglalaro-laro pa, pero pagpunta ng 5th years, napakaseryoso naman yung mga kausap mo. Parang, di ba? Yung mga, tapos even yung scope ng topic, parang ang luwang-luwang pag nasa higher level ka na. Pag nasa basic ka naman, parang yung tatlong topic na ituturo ko sa kanila, parang napakahirap dahil you have to go down to the roots nung how you instruct, particularly yung topic, na parang paano ko ba dapat siya ituturo na bagong-bago para sa kanila. Kasi bago nga naman sila dun sa mismong subject na yun. And it's their first time to have that subject. So, yung nakaka-stress.
Yung bukod pa ron sa may iba-ibang approach kada every year level, paano naman yung approach mo towards an individual student? Kasi iba-iba rin ang ugali nila. There's some students, I noticed back in our day, parang syempre mahiyain, they can't advocate themselves, they can't tell them straight to you that they're really struggling. How would you deal with that?
Basically, ngayon, considering the online classes, it would be really very difficult for us to assess the individual status of the student. Okay, kasi hindi naman talaga namin alam kung anong pinagdadaanan nila at present. The only thing that we could gauge at present is when they give us the feedback through yung mga exercises, assignments, at saka quizzes. Doon lang namin nakikita kung naiintindihan ba nila o hindi. But during the face-to-face dati noon, you could easily see kasi, pag nasa harap ka ng classroom, you could easily see the faces of your students. Makikita mo doon if they happen to be struggling. Makikita mo doon pag inaantok sila. Makikita mo pag pagod na pagod. May pinagdadaanan ba. Yun, so doon pa lang. Kaya sabi ko kanina, sa pagiging teacher, dapat hindi ka manhid. Naiintindihan mo dapat. Yung bang nararamdaman mo kung anong pinagdadaanan nila. And basically, pag ganun yung situation, minsan may effect rin sa'yo eh. Kasi hindi mo tuloy alam kung ano ba dapat ang gagawin ko sa batang ito. Diba? So, lalapitan ko ba? Or palilipasin ko ba yung ibang araw bago ko siya kakausapin? Because you really do not know kung may mga ibang mga bata na they wanted na gusto ba nila na i-approach mo sila. Yan. Yung mga iba naman, yung bang ayaw naman nilang pinapansin. So, the more na pinapansin mo, the more na parang lumalayo naman sila. Yung parang, why are you singling me out? Parang ganun. May mga ganun eh. May mga ganun na personality ng mga estudyante. Kaya parang, normally, pag sa mga first few months, talagang pakiramdaman lang talaga.
Yun. Hindi, bukod parang Miss Bernadette, yung stress ang dating minsan sa'yo, syempre, if you see your student struggling or bumabagsak, di ba ikaw as a professor, parang gusto mo rin mag-succeed, maging matagumpay yung every student mo. So try to imagine if 50 per class times 6, 300?
Yes.
O di ba, ang stressful nun dahil gusto mo lahat yung 300 na yun makapasa.
Tama. Oo. Kaya parang, tama yung sinasabi rin nila that teachers happen to be second parents, di ba? You really feel what a normal parent would feel, lalo na pag nakita mong the child or the student is struggling. And hindi mo naman pwedeng masubaybayan ng araw-araw. Mainly why?
Correct.
Because they have different circumstances, iba-iba yung mga pinagdadaanan nila, and marami dyan ang mga tahimik. Kaya hindi mo talaga matatanong outright. It just so happened lang na minsan, you even have to be careful in approaching. Kasi minsan, kahit na maganda yung intention mong lapitan, minsan they could take it differently. So, talagang kailangan hinay-hinay lang. Pero stressful kung stressful sa karamihan. Pero sometimes, pag nasa profession ka, you take it as a challenge eh. And sometimes, because you
Correct.
take it as a challenge, if you think that it is really stressing, that it will be a stress factor for you. Pero if you take it as a challenge, then ultimately, at the end of the semester, makita mo na, uy, nakapasa. Yung ba parang, nung unang prelims, midterms, parang nagsistruggle siya pagpunta ng finals, kahit paano nakalusot. Iba yung feeling.
Tama.
Oo,
Tama.
iba yung
Kasi
feeling ng fulfillment.
Correct. Kung successful yung student mo, ikaw din, ibig sabihin parang I've done my part, I've done my job really good. Pumasa yung estudyante ko.
True. At ibang-iba yung feeling na yun. Yung bang nakikita mo na, nasa next level na siya, ganyan. Pwede parang ngayon, nag-handle ako ng first years. May mga hinahandle ako ng mga fifth years. Yung mga estudyante ko ng fifth years, I saw them when they were in the first year. So parang, now that I see them in the fifth year, iba yung feeling kasi parang, uy, nasa fifth year na mga to. So, nakalagpas na sila ng ilang levels. Konting-konti na mag-graduate na yung mga to. Ganyan. So,
Correct.
Ganda.
So parang success din para sa'yo dahil kung halimbawa nakapasa sila or you've been teaching them for 14 years, right? Tama ba? 14 years ka na nagtuturo?
18?
18? Oh my gosh! So for sure, meron ka na mga professionals.
Oo naman, marami na.
Diba? Parang tagumpay din para sa iyo yun. Uy, teacher ko yan, si Miss Bernadette.
Napagalatan ng edad, no?
Di naman. Uy, sandali lang talking about age and talking about students and classmates. Guess what? Mga kabatch natin, nanonood ngayon sila Doc Renzi Fernandez, si Charina Costes, kay Manila Carlos Estagle, hello sa iyo, kay Oliver Ortega, lahat sila halos, yung mga batch natin nanonood ngayon. So shout out sa inyong lahat. Total mga batchmates natin yung mga nanonood. Okay, ibahin ko saglit yung tanong. Okay lang, Doc Jen?
Sure.
Ibahin ko yung tanong. Okay, sinong crush yun ng elementary?
Wait.
Sabi ka lang, joke lang. Biro
Nakastress.
lang. Na-stress na.
Sabihin ko pa.
Ayun. Pero,
okay lang, sabihin ko.
yung crush mo, marami kang crush, dude eh.
Hindi ikaw. Sasabihin ko yung crush mo na elementary.
Uy, wag na. Madami yung crush, baka may ma-offend na isa. Ayun. Moving on kay Doc Jen naman tayo. Doc Jen, hello. At ito, marami din itong may kikwento sa akin, for sure. Marami siyang may kikwento sa atin regarding, syempre, yung mga clients mo naman, yung mga unhappy clients mo, babalik sa'yo. Diba? Babalik sa'yo, Doc, hindi maganda yung pagkakaayos mo sa pustiso ko, sa hustisya ko.
Actually, nanonood yung estudyante niya. My son is your student pala. He's actually watching. Ayoko sabihin baka.
Talaga, student ni Miss Bernadette or ni Doc Jen?
Doc Jen.
Ni Doc Jen. Okay.
UB Dentistry. Yeah.
Wait, alamin ko yung family name.
Yeah, it's actually watching right now. So I don't want to make things
I-shout out mo, wala na ako doon.
Ayoko.
Oh,
I'd
yun.
rather he make it on his own. Diba? You always work hard. Siyempre kasama sa stress yan. Which he has to learn to manage if he wants to be successful.
Correct. Uy, may
Correct.
mag-shoutout lang ako, mabilis lang. Ito, teacher Adet, like mother, like daughter. Ayun. Talking about like mother, like daughter. Hi kay Mrs. Mendoza, Honorata Mendoza.
She's watching talaga. Hi, Ma'am.
Yun. Ma'am yun ni Miss Bernadette. Kaya yun. Ayun, segue na tayo kay Doc Jen. Doc Jen, ayun, yung question ko, sinong crush mo na elementary? Ay, mali. Okay, yun. Di ba, there are times unhappy yung client mo. There are times na nag-overlap ka dun sa schedule, dun sa given schedule mo, naaasar sila sa'yo. Can you elaborate or expound to us what's your stress contributor or stress triggers? Go ahead.
I'll start muna. Sabi ko, wow, napabilib ako ni Ma'am Bernadette. Ang bait niyang teacher.
Ay, mabait siya.
AJ, tanong mo sa anak mo kung nung klase akong teacher.
I'll find out later.
Yeah, stressor ako dati, di ba? Hindi ako yung nasi-stress. Ako yung nagsistress. So sabi ko, grabe, bilib naman ako sa kanya. Tama lang pala na huminto na ako magturo. Hindi ko kaya yung ginagawa niya.
Ay, hindi ko pala natanong sa inyo kung meron na kayong, sorry I forgot to ask if you guys have maintenance already? Like for your diabetes, for hypertension? Wala pa naman?
Ayan.
Wow, good
Wala
for
pa
you.
naman. Wala akong balak.
Wala.
Okay.
Walang balak.
Okay, aminin ko na total 23 lang naman yung nanonood ngayon at may mga doktor tayo nanonood. Okay, Losartan, hello. O yun, naglo-Losartan na ako. Yun. Go ahead, Dr. Jen.
Stressors, ay actually multifactorial yan di ba? Paggising mo ng morning, yung morning rush, kasama dyan yung traffic. So, pagdating, especially now sa COVID ang hirap because it's not like andyan ang pasyente, you have to look at the patient na ganun na lang, no? You have to wear your PPEs, toxic equipment, and I guess it's part of the job. Nagkataon lang siguro na pag nagpatong-patong, dun papasok yung stress. Like, sa hospital, we still have research, we still have paperworks, clerical works na honestly speaking, kaya rin siguro iniwan ko ng pagtuturo kasi hindi ko matyagaan ang paperworks and deadlines na
Yeah.
sabi ko nga, pag hinabol ka ng deadline mo, siguro kung totoong deadline siya, matagal na akong patay, di ba? Sa dami ng deadlines. So, add to that, siguro yun nga, may mga difficult patients. There are times you don't meet halfway, hindi kayo magkasundo, or meron naman yung tipong lahat ng effort binigay mo, nag-discuss ka and all ng treatment plan, pero hindi kayo magkasundo. I think it's, sabi ko nga, multifactorial. Pwedeng difficult lang ang pasyente, pwedeng difficult yung case, and in some cases also sa amin, especially with the hospital, minsan may mga ER calls ka. So, stressful yan pagka alas 3 ng madaling araw ka tinawagan and you have to rush to the hospital to see a patient because of non-compliance. Ayan, kunwari, natapos ang surgery, natuwa siya, nagtatatalon sa tuwa o sumayaw sa saya.
Yeah.
So natural, dinugo. So here you are, you have to wake up midnight, di ba? Para lang puntahan siya sa ER.
Oh my goodness.
So, those are part of the stress. Nakaka-stress siya yung meron yung time, di ka pa nag-dinner, so you have to go back to the hospital to see these patients. Pero with the onset of COVID, medyo na-minimize kasi takot sila sa hospital ngayon. Iniiwasan nila. So, parang, naman siya. Although not all patients naman, sabi ko nga. Same goes through with students kasi I've handled like for 12 years sa UB, mga dentistry students. Ganun din, there are some students who could be stressful on your part, pero I believe, kami ring mga instructors before, stress sa kanila. Kaya tumataas din ang mga BP nila, di ba? So siya give and take,
Give and take siya.
Oo. Part of the day na minsan meron kang hypertensive na estudyante, tas may hypertensive siyang pasyente that both of you have to handle. So,
pero ang tanong ko, Doc, 'di ba? Kasi there are times that I've been a DJ for quite a while. I've been in sales for quite a while. Parang minsan din nararamdaman mo yung vibe ng isang tao. Hindi pa lang siya nagsasalita. Parang yung sorry to say. Yung tabas ng mukha niya. Parang nakaka-stress na. Parang tipong pagpunta pa lang sa counters kasi minsan nagkaka-share din ako pag nagba-backup cashier ako pag sobrang haba na yung pila. Ang banat kagad sa'yo, let me talk to the manager. Mga ganun kaagad. Ay sabi ko, magiging stressful tong araw na to. It's gonna be a long day. I don't know if you noticed that, pero may mga taong ganun. Parang, I think that's how they are and that's how they've been raised. Ganun din ba sa iyo sa mga kliyente mo? Sorry ah.
Yeah, especially nga sabi ko, I've worked sa university and in UB kasi 'di ba we have clinicians. So minsan may mga pasyente yan na talagang we have to treat as well. And then same goes true, nasa government hospital ako. So what do you expect, 'di ba? Yung parang merong mga mababait na pasyente pero marami din like pagpasok pa lang like we pay our taxes. O parang kami,
Oh,
so sorry
shit.
po, mga aliping sa gigilid po kami. So, sometimes,
Grabe din
it's your
naman
gut
minsan.
feel,
Oo.
di ba? Minsan gut feel mo na lang parang how to deal with these people, how to talk to them. Minsan dadalhin mo siya sa diplomasya, pero pag ayaw, then you resort to other ways of managing patients.
Correct. Or either, ako naman, pag sobrang unpleasant talaga yung customer or yung isang person, nag-walk out ako. Kasi may masabi ang masama eh.
Real.
Exactly.
Yeah, yun.
Correct.
Sabi ko na lang, excuse me, I may not be able to help you for today. Let me call my manager. Smile.
Yes.
Smile, sabi,
Correct. Actually, that's one way also for us. Kasi you don't confront them pagka nando sila sa peak nung galit nila. So just give them a few minutes, balikan kita later, ganyan. Kasi like, especially for us, kunwari, ang mommy dadalhin yung bata, masakit na yung ngipin, tas gusto bunutin mo ngayon, as in now na,
oh
ganyan.
my
Or
goodness, habang
may
mag-
mga kids, yes, may mga kids. Ang tawag ko nga sa mga ganong bata, nasasaniban. Because they have a different spirit. All of a sudden, naninipa, naninigaw, nandudura. Sorry for the word, pero may mga ganong extreme patients na ang hirap i-manage. Especially mga like elementary students na takot sa dentista, but mothers are insisting that they have to be treated now. So, pag mga ganun ng mga sitwasyon, you walk away. Layo ka lang for a few minutes. Allow them to have their tantrums. Balikan mo na lang pag ready na. Pag hindi, then reappoint. Because otherwise, stressful sa part mo, stressful din sa kanya, trauma din sa kanya. Although minsan, may mga choices that you have to really do it. Kahit nagwawala na siya, then just do it. That's part of it. Wala tayong magagawa. But is it stressful? Yes, it's stressful. Yung pagkatapos mo yung parang, wait lang, drain na ako. Di na ako makahinga sa PPE ko. Plus, stressful pa yung case ko tsaka pasyente ko. So,
Tama. Lalo na ngayon, doble-doble kayo kasi I was asking si Dr. Christian nga rin, si Chang Dora, sabi niya talagang sobrang init daw ng PPE talaga.
super. Para kang nasa sauna actually. We have our scrubs and then we have also yung the PPE suit itself and then you have a PPE gown over your PPE suit plus yung respirator mo, your gloves na naka-double gloves, you have your booties and all. Sobrang init siya. Unfortunately, hindi pa rin ako pumapayat. Diba, dapat you're sweating all over sa papayat ka. Hindi. Walang effect sa physical.
Ayun. Doc, segue naman ako kay Ana May Levardo. Ana May Levardo, isa po siyang entrepreneur, businesswoman. Ito very we can hear you.
Yeah, finally.
Finally, we can hear you. Ayun, human resources consultant siya. And then, AJ, ano pa ba?
Wait lang kasi nawala na ako sa ano natin sa script natin. Hold on.
Ayun. Ayun, human resources consultant si Ana May Levardo and worked for BPO.
Worked for a BPO, SEO for retail industries. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ana
Ganda
May
ng
Levardo.
Ang ganda ng intro.
Hello,
Ana May, kamusta ka?
loud and clear. Ito,
Yeah,
ayos
better.
lang.
Nag-struggle kami.
Nilalamig. Yun. Oh yeah, sorry for the technical stuff kanina. Okay, yeah. Finally.
Ayun.
Okay, that was challenging. Anyway,
So, na-stress ka ba doon sa ginawa mong setup? Stress ka na ba?
well, honestly, for the first few minutes, yes. Pero syempre, kailangan natin mag-shift gear ba? Para, tawag dito, para hindi tayo masyadong, ma-stress ba? Lalo na itong topic natin ngayon very interesting. 'Di ba,
Correct.
mga friends? Yeah.
O yun.
Okay.
O
Kasi,
bago ang lahat,
kasi kung hindi
go ahead,
natin,
mag-greet ka na
yeah.
muna.
Oh yeah, hi. Good evening, world. Good evening, everyone, friends, loved ones. Ayun, so every all daw, no? Lahat. Hello.
Yun, Ana, ang first
Finally
question ko,
nakapasa ko.
first question ko kanina na yung stress contributor mo sa line of work mo, sa field of work mo, kindly share to us, especially ngayon na you're a businesswoman, tapos you've been dealing with clients as well. If you could elaborate on that one, go ahead.
Well, for one, yung
Lalo na
stressor
ngayon sa
natin dyan,
pandemic.
oh yeah. Irate customers would be one. Parang sa BPO rin. So, tawag dito, of course, self-explanatory na rin, yung irate customers. Talagang it entails a lot of patience. Talagang dito macha-challenge yung customer service skills mo kasi hindi mo pwede pagalitan ng customer no matter what the issue is. Ayun. And also business as a whole kasi um pag ikaw po ay nag-work sa isang company, definitely you are assigned in one department, one or two departments. Pero pag negosyante ka kasi, pag nasa business ka, lahat, ikaw ang IT, ikaw yung accounting, ikaw yung purchasing department,
Tama.
ikaw yung creatives, advertisement, social media specialist and everything, ikaw ang HR and all. So, maraming challenges, pero we cannot get through this pag hindi po tayo nagtiyaga talaga. And I would put it this way. I think the employment sector um teaching us the whole picture. So when we run our businesses, meron na kaming idea kung paano siya structure ba. So yon. Of course, partly the pandemic, it caused some level of stress din sa negosyo. Siyempre, when we talk about cash on deliveries, pag nagpapadala po tayo ng items, goods to other places, either hindi reachable po yan, nagkakaroon ng delays. So, talagang there's marami talagang follow-ups na ginagawa just to have the goods delivered to our clients. Kasi nagko-combine na rin 'yan pag na-late yung shipment mo, magko-complain ng client. So, tayo naman in the middle, we coordinate with with the couriers, ano nangyari, 'di ba? So, uh, it was really a challenging thing for us during the pandemic. Lalo na pag hindi reachable, hanapan mo, not reachable kasi mga ibang areas for courier services. So we have to find ways just to get the items na ma-deliver doon sa client para of course mahalaga kasi yung clients ma-retain natin po, 'di ba? Pag nakita nilang
Correct.
ginawan mo ng paraan na ma-deliver ito sa kanila, so the more they will tawag dito, lalo nilang tatangkilikin yung services mo, ang products mo. So, ang
Tama.
daming challenge. Pero one thing also that has to be maayos is yung mindset din. Kasi isipin mo, pag lahat itong challenges na to nagpaapekto tayo, hindi po tayo magiging strong, hindi po natin magagawa na maging effective pang business natin. So, there has to be acceptance din. Kasi
Correct.
challenges in any type of business, kahit na nasa work po tayo, kahit employed po tayo, may challenges pa rin. So, yun po. Yun po yung picture of the stressors that we experience din sa negosyo.
Okay, on that note, you said delivery. AJ, it's your turn. Delivery daw. How do you deal with
Delivery.
unpleasant customers
Just like
since you're the owner of co-owner of Food Ninja
food ninja.
Delivery?
Yeah.
O, di ba? How do you deal with that?
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
yung mga yung mga umorder, hindi naman kinuha, wrong address, hindi nagbayad. How do you deal with that? Go ahead, AJ. Kasi si AJ po, mga kaibigan, businessman to eh.
Okay,
Oh.
sige. Bago ko simulan yan, actually, yung stress level of being an entrepreneur is different. Why? Kasi, di ba, you know that I'm a law student, UC. So, I have a few sems to go. So, pagsabayin mo yon, law school plus handling a business. Handling a business is different. Why? Kasi ano yun hindi ka empleyado eh. Alam mo yun, from end to end, dapat you're there to actually see to it na okay siya. When I say okay, it's running perfectly. So if we go into the details, syempre yun, you mentioned about customers not being satisfied. Yung customers not being satisfied, dati ako, well, kami ng business partner ko, si Julina, we handled that. And then I realized na mainit kasi yung ulo ko. So, lahat ng natutunan ko sa BPO, sa ano, it didn't work. O, di ba? So, so right now, as much as possible, pag nagkaroon tayo ng escalations, hindi ko kinukuha. I let Julina handle it because ayokong maging iba yung...
Kagaya nga nung sabi ni Doc Jen kanina, as much as possible, wag mo nang patulan.
Ano ka ba? We're different now. Siyempre, 30 na tayo, di ba? Then, 30
Yeah,
na tayo, nag-iba na rin. Normally, when you're a
Tama.
kid, diba, impulsive ka. That's how you deal with stress eh, di ba? Sinasabayan mo ng init ng ulo. But now
Tama.
that you're older, syempre humahaba yung pasensya mo, you understand people. At the same time, since you understand people, you're actually relating to them as well, 'di ba? Syempre, you put yourselves in their shoes, alam mo kung paano kung ba't sila galit. Ang dami. I mean, 'di ba? Our age dictated well, not really dictated, pero comes with experience. And that's one thing that you learn in business and in stress management. So, ang daming stress. You go through it every day. Siyempre, yung customers, yung riders na nagkakamali ng orders.
Tama.
Napakadami. It's just how you deal with it na lang.
It's how you process it. Correct.
It's how you deal with it. Oo, siyempre kasi
Yeah.
if you let it affect you, siyempre lahat apektado na. And then ako pa, di ba? I wake up with a broken heart every day. Ouch.
Aww.
Kasi if you function right, di ba, you're iba kasi pag if you let it affect you, if you let stress affect you, syempre stress lang broken heart, di ba? If you let it
Uy, patingin ng broken heart.
baliktad. Order, wait, eat, repeat. That's Food Ninja. So
Ayan,
anyway,
yan.
so if you deal with that, plus yung normal stress sa work, and then pagdating ng hapon, you still have to go to school. Tapos yung mga professors mo, papahirapan ka, di ba? That's the ultimate stress. Alam mo yun, parang tapos magbabasa ka pa, getting ready for yung recitation mo in law school, parang ay nako, napakahirap. But then, I'm smiling. Why? Because if you don't smile, wala eh. Diba? You let God take the wheel, you let Him lead you, and then He'll always bring you to a better place.
Correct. Ito naman for me, ang natutunan ko with all this pandemic and with all this riot na nangyayari sa Oregon, ito wildfire naman. For me, parang parang comedy is a remedy pa rin sa akin. Magpatawa or manood ng nakakatawa. I'm gonna give you some tips that I hopefully, if you would agree with me, agree to disagree as well. It says over here, number 1 is exercise. Ayun. Rich, di ko nagagawa.
PG-13 ba tayo tonight? Hindi.
Ikaw.
R18 na ba? Tulog naman yung mga bata? Pwede naman maging Hindi, kasi I'll be very honest. When you age, kasi diba, you're not able to do a lot of things. So, I'll be an adult and I'll say it. Sex is a number 1 stress reliever.
Okay.
I think the ladies will, but hindi na tayo. Well,
Okay.
Number 1 stress reliever yan. And it actually helps a lot. Yun lang, syempre, pag wala kang partner, yun lang. It's not good. Endorphins, di ba? Pag nag-release ka ng endorphins,
Mhm.
wow, para naman akong bata
Hindi,
nagsasalita.
pero,
Ayun,
hindi, pero dude, sabi nila, di ba? Yun nga, exercise as much as possible as we grow old, staying in motion improves your mood. So kahit na 60 and over ka na, make sure in motion ka pa rin. Kung nandyan ka sa loob ng bahay, galaw-galaw ka. Di ba? Nakita niyo yan?
Puti.
No, pero puti. Sabi sa akin nung pumunta ka ako sa may Sunshine Grocery, sabi ganun nung cashier. Sabi niya, sir, dala niyo po yung booklet niyo? Anong booklet? Ay, para po dun sa senior discount. Sabi ko, hindi ko dala eh. Pwede mo bigyan mo pa rin ako ng discount. Di ba, nagpatawa ako, hindi ako na-offend. Sabi ko, pwede mo bigyan mo pa rin ako ng discount kahit na hindi ko dala. Ay, sir, kailangan po dalhin kasi kailangan po namin markahan.
Anyway, okay. So you mentioned exercise.
Exercise.
Pero at our age kasi with our busy schedule, mukhang it's not feasible anymore. So sa akin, if you ask me, di ba? Syempre will ask you later so your students will know not to stress you out later. First of all, you have to accept muna na you're not in control of your life. I mean, not your life. You're not in control of the things that are beyond control.
Correct.
Siyempre, unang hanapin mo pag stress ka. For BPO, kay Anna, di ba? It's cigarettes,
Drinking.
yes.
Mhm.
Some go to drugs. But yung if you put your attention somewhere, parang hobbies, di ba? Basta something that will take your mind off it. Alam mo yung meron kang matutuwa ka. Parang this one is being our hobby now. Benny Davis Live is a stress reliever. Why? Because we're able to talk about things.
That's right.
Diba?
Mhm.
We're able to tell people, and hey, I know we have a lot of viewers tonight. You're able to tell them.
Uy, dami na nanonood. Mag-shoutout lang tayo kay ma'am, kay Zenaida Anjata, ma'am ko, nanonood ngayon.
Hi, miss you, tita.
Ayun, syempre, mga kabidabs natin sa may UAE and London, kay Edgy Manila and family, Pinoy Virtual Pub, thank you so much for sharing this video. Kay Sir Louis Roa, congratulations from last night. Galing na naman ng iyong performance at ang Kalye 143 kay Marvin Halili Rivera. Guys, if you have any shoutouts, sige, shoutouts muna tayo. Parang naging seryoso na tong usapan.
Oo nga.
Comedy muna.
Wala. I think.
Mama Det, no? Nothing?
Would you agree, ladies? Parang, di ba? Physical.
Wala talaga, wala. Okay. May tanong ako kay Ana May Levardo kasi tinanong ko si Jen kanina tsaka si Adet. Ang tanong ko naman sa iyo, Ana May Levardo, sino crush mo na elementary?
Meron ba?
Na-shock siya, oh. Na-shock siya.
Wala akong
Meron
wala
ba?
akong
Na-shock siya.
Joke lang yan. Joke lang yan.
Please,
Nagpatawa lang ako.
Meron ba?
Yeah, nagpatawa lang ako. Okay, next naman natin yun. So exercise. Number 2 is relax your muscles. So stretching. If pwede, mag-hot bath ka. Yung may sinasabi silang Epsom salts na tinatawag. Magpamassage ka for you to have a good night's sleep. Okay, number 3 naman is deep breathing. So sit or lie down, close your eyes. Mag-imagine ka na nasa beach ka or yung iba kasi parang nare-relax sa raindrops or stream.
sound or the actual thing or yung sound lang?
Yung sound.
Yes, it does relax you. Flowing water, rain, it does relax you.
Tapos yung go ahead, AJ.
Yung ano kasi, if you follow yung norms ng stress reliever or how to beat stress, diba? Normal eating, parang diet, have enough sleep. But when you're stressed, nakakatulog ka ba? And when you're stressed, nakakain ka ba ng tama? Hindi eh.
Hindi.
Yeah, you have to we have to attack this in a normal level na pinagdadaanan talaga ng tao. I mean, I'm not able to eat. I'll be honest, diba? If I'm stressed, either I overeat or I don't eat. I don't eat on time. Kasi syempre, ang daming trabaho, ang daming iniisip, ang daming I have to get ready for schoolwork. Sleep naman, syempre pagdating mo sa bahay, imbis na matulog ka, you're actually thinking about your stress, or di ba, you're thinking about yung mga pinagdaan mo the whole day. It's not gonna let you sleep. So we can actually be very that we can actually attack this na as a person. It doesn't work that way in real life. Di ba?
Correct.
Talking to people, having a stress reliever, parang, yeah, exercise definitely. Pero talking is my number one stress reliever.
Mm-mm. Yun,
Na okay na eh.
correct. Kasama din doon sa doon sa tips na yun. Parang if you have someone to listen to, kahit isa lang yung trusted mo na pwede mong event out lahat ng mga troubles mo, lahat ng mga sentiments mo, do that. It might help you as well. Yung tipong pag nag-usap kayo, no BS, no holds barred. Alam mo yung walang censorship kung mag-usap kayo. Lahat, anything under the sun. If you have that, go for it. Napakahirap sabihin ngayon yung eat well and balanced diet. Kasi alam niyo naman, sa panahon ngayon, halos yung iba rin wala nga makain na-stress na nga sila How can they survive each day?
Don't have work anymore, di ba?
Correct. Wala na silang work. Paano yun, di ba?
Oo. So, alam mo yung pandemic actually taught us a lot of lessons. And then now we're surviving with it. Diba? The government, parang nag-ano na sila. Well, your government and our government in the Philippines are actually already parang accepting the fact that it's not gonna change. Diba? We're gonna have this for a long time. With people losing their jobs, lives not being normal, this is the new normal. Alam mo, stress reliever natin now would be have hope na this is not hope na it's gonna end. Hope that we can live with the virus and attack it in a different way. Second, syempre faith talaga kay God, kasi alam mo pag wala ka ng ibang malapitan, wala ka nang makausap.
Exactly.
Dasal mo na lang talaga yan
Totoo yun. Yun nga din yung isa-suggest ko. If you are not religious, mag-meditate ka. Deep breathing. Tapos mag-meditate ka. For me, what I do is, alam niyo yung attitude of gratitude. Hindi ko na pinapansin kung ano yung kulang pero kung ano yung meron sa harapan ko. Kasi kung bibilangin mo, ay wala akong ganito, wala akong bagong shoes. So what?
Ano ka ba shoes?
Di ba may
Can even ask them, di ba? How do you meditate?
Dito kasi nakikita ko yung mga ibang sorry to say, yung mga ibang Filipino, finiflex nila sa Facebook nila yung bago nilang Louis Vuitton. Pero they find happiness on that one. I respect that.
Shopping is the stress reliever, we have to admit.
Yeah.
Stress
I respect that. Pero like right now, ang daming di makakain, di ba? Parang, but I respect that. Trip mo yan Pero for me talaga, yun nung sa akin. Hindi ko binibilang kung ano yung kulang, kung ano yung meron, kung ano yung nasa harapan ko. Then I'm grateful. Attitude of gratitude.
Definitely. And let's ask the ladies, how do you
Yeah.
meditate? Do you let's go with Doc Jen. Doc Jen, do you meditate din ba? Or you shop?
Definitely, I don't exercise.
Retail therapy.
Not on my list, hindi. Although exercise is very good, pero sometimes nga, di ba, with the time constraint, ang hirap niyang isingit. So, although at work now, medyo required kami mag-exercise to make sure that we're healthy and be able to face nga this pandemic. Exercise is good, di ba? Why not? Eating, tama yung sabi ni AJ, ang hirap kumain pagka either you overeat or you don't eat at all. Pagka stress ka. When I go through stress, yun yung problema with me also. I overeat or I eat a lot of chocolates. Although chocolates are good minsan, dark chocolate is good for stress, to lift up the spirit. Pero at times minsan depende talaga sa stress Yung physical siguro it's much easier. Go to the spa, mag-sauna ka, pamasahe ka. you get relief. But when it comes to the mental stress and the emotional stress, yun yung mahirap kalaban pagka, 'di ba, easy pag puso na yung kalaban,
Oo,
ang hirap
puso na.
niyan, 'di ba?
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
Toxic yan.
Lalo
True.
na pag
Or
mahal mo
hindi,
yung
'di ba, stress with emotions and work people, ganyan. Ang hirap. So, with that, siguro, prayer helps me a lot. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me talaga aware of the things happening. And, when I go through stress, sometimes you have to face it head on. 'Di ba? May mga stressors tayo na we just face it head on. Meron naman, if you could escape the situation. When you say escape, kasi not necessarily you're a coward eh. More of like tackling it in a more mature way. Yung sabi kanina ni Vin, iwanan mo. Don't face it na sasalubungin mo rin yung galit niya. So, just let them be. And siguro as we grow older talaga, we learn to realize that we cannot please all people. Minsan, you do your best. Kumanta ka na eh, di ba? Ano yung kinanta mo? I did my best, but my best wasn't
my
good
best
enough, di
wasn't
ba?
good enough.
Pag ganun na yung kanta mo, okay na. You did it already. You gave your best. So, pag hindi pa kaya, so let it be. I just leave it na. Parang, imagine, pag wala ka pang asawa, what do they usually tell you? Oh, ba't wala ka pang asawa? Mag-asawa ka na. Next time you see them, may asawa ka na. Oh, ba't wala ka pang anak? Alam mo yun, they never get contented anyway. So, why
Tama,
please
tama,
people?
tama.
Sometimes, siguro, I don't know but at my point of view, check on the opinion of those people who matter to you lang. Bawas
Tama,
stress.
tama,
Kasi
tama,
pag
tama.
pakikinggan ko lahat ng comments, makikita, like
Correct.
what you said, Vin, di ba? May nag-flex, ganito. I try to live within my standards. Minsan doon ka magiging suplado o suplada na parang, okay, live your life, I'll live mine.
Tama,
Kasi
tama.
nga, when we get affected by all these external factors, plus meron ka ng internal factors eh, meron ka ng problema sa trabaho, sa emotions mo, hirap ka na mag-manage ng time, pagod ka na, then you're at the brink of giving up. Nando ka na sa, push ka na sa wall. And then you get affected pa by all these external factors na kung titignan mo naman, they don't really matter to you. So, why be affected? Minsan, aabot tayo sa ganung point. Because before at a younger age, I used to say na we have to consider everyone. Yeah, let's consider them. Pero right now, as long as I know na parang I'm not stepping on anyone's shoes, you're trying to live it your best and you're giving it your best. But then, there are some people you cannot please, so be it.
Tama,
Ano
tama.
lang, parang live your life. Enjoy life. Bawas stress
That's right.
tayo. Stressful na yung buhay natin on its own. So, if there's something I cannot handle, I just give it to God na, Lord, okay, ikaw na. Salo mo na. I don't like this na. It's no
Correct.
longer my problem. It's your problem na. If you have a problem where your stressors, you've tried your best to manage it, hindi pa rin na ma-manage, then remember, that's not yours anymore. Just give it na to God. Bahala na siya.
Correct.
Wag na. And I love talking. Yun, isa yun. That's
Very
why
well
it's
said.
good. Correct. Mag-friends kayo ng mga psych graduates. O, shout out kay Hasmin, sa kay Audrey. Magkape kayo kasama nila, tipid siya. Kasi nadidebrief ka na. Habang kaya match kami. Psych graduate sila,
Nice, that's
psych
good.
patient ako. Di ba? So, balansyado siya. So, parang habang nag-uusap kayo, nakikita mo, parang kumakalma na ako, nawawala na yung stress,
Tama,
ganun. At least tipid,
tama.
kape lang.
Follow up on that one to my dance partner, Bernadette.
Sa akin naman kasi is, prayer is definitely the number one source of my strength. In anything that I do, in all circumstances, be it stressful man yan or hindi, then prayer will always be part of me. Okay? Second to that is, it all boils back to attitude eh. Naniniwala ako na how you view things, how you view people, will always be the reason kung para bang it is how you view people na magsasabi sa'yo kung stressful ba siya or hindi. Pero pag tingin mo parang parang lahat na nakikita mo parang ang bigat-bigat sa'yo, then something is really wrong. And I think it is not what you see that is wrong. It's more of you. Kasi nga sabi ko, it all boils back to attitude. Okay? Tapos, scheduling is very important for
Time
stress
management. Okay.
Yes.
Time management. Okay.
Hindi lang sa time, kundi pati sa lahat ng kailangan mong gawin. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng strike anywhere. Although, may mga tao na parang, hindi, ganito ang gagawin ko ngayon. No, kasi kailangan pa rin na meron kang sinusundang pattern. Pero not necessarily talagang very, very, yun na lang talagang sinusundan mo. Kasi it is also very stressing for some people May mga ibang tao na parang, they go by the 8 to 9, itong gagawin ko, 9 to 10. Yun sa akin, hindi ako ganun. Okay? But yung sa akin is, I know what my priorities are. I know what should be done. Alam ko kung ano yung dapat na iiwasan and all. So, yung mga parang mga ganun na mga circumstances. And basically, pag, lalo na dun sa mga profession natin, I think lahat naman may stress talaga sa lahat ng, di ba, sa lahat ng circumstances. And yun na sabi mo kanina, is exercise very important. Dati noon, I don't exercise. Hindi, honestly, I really don't exercise. Parang feeling ko kasi parang sayang yung oras. Ganun. Tapos, it was only about 2 or 3 years ago wherein I realized I had to exercise. Why? Because I was diagnosed with this degeneration. So, parang yung sa spine ko, kailangan ko talagang mag-lose weight, kailangan kong mag-exercise and all. Pero, in the process, I'm really very grateful. Why? Because yung mga nakasama ko sa example, sa exercise, sa gym, etc., iba yung stress relief na nakukuha mo, na parang pag nag-exercise ka. Kasi parang you become more alert You become more alert, and later on, when you go home, hindi yung fatigue na parang pagod ka na wala ka na magagawa. Still, your mind is alert, so you could still do anything na pwede mo magawa. So, magandang, parang sabi ko, I think it's more of what is the time of your exercise, ano bang klase ng mga, baka naman yung mga sobrang namang strenuous naman yung mga activities mo. I think a basic exercise is okay. Okay, tapos, I do agree also yung sabi ni Doc Chen kanina, na parang you don't need to please everybody. Mainly why? Because if you try to please everybody, they have different opinions. And therefore, may mga opinions that would matter on a particular circumstance. May mga opinions na it matters, but because of your limitations, you cannot do it. Then later on, it becomes stressful for you. So, you don't need to. Diba? So, ang pinaka gagawin mo na lang is, what do you think is the best thing that you could do for more people or for most people? And it will not also sacrifice you. If that is the case, kung ano man doon, then okay lang. Pero pag yung mga iba nasasaktan pa rin, then I think it's up to them already kung stressful ka ba sa kanila or hindi. So, di ba? Mga ganun yung mga circumstances. And I was seeing a while ago, yung parang sabi ganun, professors also becoming the stressors of students. I think, tama yung sabi ni Doc Jen, it's a give and take. Meaning, when we give exams, we become stressors to students. Correct, diba? But hindi ka naman pwede magbigay ng exam na napakadali. Dahil, paano mo matetest o mag-gauge kung talagang naintindihan yung topic or what. At hindi naman nakukuha sa mga puro madadali ang pagkakataon, di ba? Na kung may natutunan yung bata o hindi. So no. Okay? Pero yung time na kung during classes, then you become also a stressor, then I think it is also something that we professors or teachers should also look into. Because we cannot always say na kami lagi yung boss sa loob ng klase. Hindi Because it should be a give and take situation. Diba? Na we learn from them, they learn from us. Okay? And
both ways.
Both ways. At saka hindi ako kasi naniniwala sa pagiging terror sa loob ng klase. Diba?
Terror ka ba? Hindi naman terror ever. Ito si Bernadette, kahit asar na to nung elementary kami or nung college, frustrated siya. Ang problema kay Bernadette, nakasmile pa rin
Hindi na
Galit
alam.
na ako. Galit na ako. Nag-smile pa rin.
Hindi halatang galit ba? Hindi ba halata?
Hindi halata. Kaya yun. Very well said, Bernadette. Follow up on that one, Anna May?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I do have a lot of strategies on sa paghandle ng stress, no. Of course, I agree with everyone na prayer is very powerful. I start and end my day with prayers, and that's where I get the big bulk of my strength talaga. Kasi lalo na ngayon, we have to be strong, 'di ba? We have to be strong in all aspects of life. And of course, going back sa business, 'di ba? Sabi ko kanina, if you're into business, you are basically all departments na. So, of course, ang isang nakastress din diyan is you see the need for you to do everything, 'di ba? Pero the idea of that stresses me out. So what I do is I delegate, I hire. Hindi man sila full-time, pero this is how I see it kasi. If you get people to help you, if you hire people to help you finish things in your business, unang-una, nagmo-multiply po yung work hours mo, production mo. And it boils down to, of course, increasing the efficiency of your business in your business, lalo na sa aspect ng sales, 'di ba? And tawag dito, when you hire people, ang nakakatuwa doon, nakakataba kasi ng puso, nakakatulong ka pa. Kasi bibigyan mo rin sila ng kanilang professional fee, 'di ba? That could be one also. I also agree with our partners tonight na malaking factor din ang attitude. Yung lagi ko sinasabi kanina na stay with have a positive mind. 'Yon, having the right mindset. Kasi believe me, pag positive yung mindset mo, you will see practically everything in a positive light. Like for example, yung isang stressor ko nung una is yung mapila. 'Di ba, tawag dito, say for example, one courier may papadala akong mga items sa customers ko, pipila ako ng kanda haba-haba. Pero nung chinange ko yung mindset ko na ano ba 'to, parang ilang oras ako dito pipila para i-transact 'to, pero yung transaction ko ilang minuto lang. Yung pila talaga ang nakakaubos ng oras. 'Di why not bring my work with me? In fact, meron din po akong mga customers na pwedeng meet up kasi within Baguio lang naman. So, i-meet up nila ako doon kung saan ako nakapila. Doon na rin kami nag-uusap. Then, I make calls, nagte-text ako, yung mga kailangan kong gawin online, possible naman. And thank you to technology, di ba? So, maximizing your time by
Correct.
taking your work with you, 'di ba? Para ang maganda kasi niyan, pagkatapos ko pumila, na-transact ko na yung kailangan kong gawin, after that, pwede na ako umuwi, mag-relax, manood ng TV, kumain ng gusto ko, 'di ba? So, yun yung isang ginagawa ko. So, if you look at is the positive light, hindi ka mas-stress. Like for example,
Ang sarap
let me
pakinggan
give
nun,
you
yung
another
word na
example.
relax.
Relax, oo. Kasi parang ganito, kunyari
Gusto
may
ko dumikit sa
nag-criticize
kanya.
sa atin,
Popularyo ko yun.
di ba? Kunyari, di ba, mga partners, oh, kunyari may nag-criticize sa atin or may nag-suggest lang, kunyari may ginawa tayo in general, no, na sabi na, friend, parang mas maganda yata ganito para mas maganda yung flow. Kunyari may suggestion na gano'n. Kung ikaw ay negative thinker, ang tingin mo parang iniinsulto yata ako nito. Pero kung positive
Oo.
thinker ka, uy friend,
Correct.
thank you at least nalaman ko meron shorter process pala yung ginagawa ko kasi long cut. Yung iba kasi ang magagawa sa'yo ng mindset din. So, malaking bagay din po yon. Another thing also is staying healthy. Of course, kasi the idea of imagining myself not being healthy stresses me out. Yes, kasi tignan niya, pag
Nag-exercise ka
sick
ba, Anna
tayo, hindi
May?
natin magagawa yung work natin, negosyo
Nag-exercise
natin.
ka? Do you exercise?
Ito honestly,
Yun totoo
kasi I'm
lang.
a healthcare advocate. Okay, I lost during this pandemic, mga partners ha, mga friends, I lost 11 kilograms total. Yes.
Wow.
Wow,
I lost
wow.
Good
11
job.
kilograms.
Wow.
Yes, kasi nung
Pati na
nagkaroon kasi
11
ng
kilograms.
pandemic, alam mo parang, ganun, naka-shorts. Ayun. Pero promise, I really lost 11 kilograms
Good
kasi
job.
yung itong pandemic kasi ang daming nangyari, no? 'Di ba? Yung parang mag-iisip ka, ano kayang hindi ko pa ginawa noon na pwede kong
Mhm.
gawin ngayon? So yung weight loss ang inisip ko. It started off with the comment of a patient. Kasi ako lagi ako nangungumusta. Kasi I also do healthcare procedures, no? So like
Mhm.
tawag dito, na health consultant din po ako. So pag akong kinukumusta, napaisip ako, we're fine po. How about you po? Sabi ganon. O nga, no? Sabi, napaisip ako. Kasi, chine-check ko yung BP nila, vital signs. Nung chinek ko, oh, grabe, kailangan ko talaga mag-lose weight. Kasi you know naman the consequences of being overweight.
Paano
Then,
pagkakasabi,
later on,
Anami? Paano pagkakasabi?
simple lang po kasi, kinumusta ko lang, kumusta po kayo? They will tell
Paano
me,
pagkakasabi?
they will
Oh,
tapos binalikan ako. Sabi ganun
oh.
partner ikaw po kumusta rin po? Napaisip ako kasi I'm sure yung
Okay.
tanong niya, rine-refer rin niya sa health ko. O nga,
Okay.
no? Meron pa pala akong nigawa para sa sarili ko. So, it started March. I came back to Baguio kasi March
Mm.
13. I remember that date talaga. Hanggat sa yung nag-iisip ako sa biyahe kung anong mga dapat kong gawin during the pandemic. Yung isang ginol ko, yung hindi ko ginagawa dati. Kasi grabe, kung makita niyo lang ako kumain noon, lahat yata ng Andy na try ko na.
Yan talaga.
oh, so,
Yeah.
so, of course, and
Kasama ba ang lechon
with
paksiw dito? Kasama ba ang lechon
yeah.
paksiw dito? O si... Hula ko lang.
Andyan, lechon. Masaya talaga. Pero tawag dito, I thought of being strong also for my family kasi ako yung apor. Ako po yung, I live with my parents, they're both seniors. So, if I get sick, paano na po sila? 'Di ba? So, yun din yung
Tama.
naisip ko. And of course, if I get sick, paano yung hanap buhay po natin? 'Di ba? Kasi yung HR consultancy ko naman, I do it online. Parang ganito rin setup. We
That's
talk,
good.
meetings, ganyan.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
The clients are not in Baguio. So, I also do this. So, paano na po yun kung I get sick? And I
Tama,
thank
tama.
God na we haven't gotten sick since November of 2019. That was when we were diagnosed with asthma kasi with my dad. And it never happened again sa awa ng Diyos.
That's
Ayun
good.
po.
That's
Staying
good.
healthy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Talagang faith in God din talaga. Malaking bagay. Kaya, ayun. So, if you have a healthy body, you won't worry about getting sick. Ganun lang po kasimple. So, how do we do it? We just take care of ourselves.
Tama.
Yeah.
Ako naman...
Tapos, tips po.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Mm,
Go ahead, Anime. Go ahead.
yeah. Tips na to keep us healthy. There's what we call the shape. I-share ko lang. Proper sleep, proper hydration, drink a lot of water. Of course, breathe in air. Pero syempre, careful tayo sa air natin ngayon. 'Di ba?
Yeah,
Proper
lalo na
nutrition.
dito. Yeah.
Yes, and exercise would still be one of them. So, shape, yan po yung ways natin to maintain good health. Yun po.
Ayun.
Ay,
Ako naman...
I guess you were...
Ayun. Thank you so much, Anime. Ako naman, right now, I still make sure pag sobra na akong stress, I know you would find this very childish, pero ang stress reliever ko kasi action figures. Yung friend kong si Niall Cochon, yun pa rin yung stress reliever ko. Isip bata, di ba? Nagko-collect pa rin ako ng action figures. I read a book, I listen to music, pero syempre depende rin sa music dahil yung mga ibang kaibigan natin pag nakikinig daw sa music, mas lalo silang nalulungkot or mas lalo silang nai-stress. So depending din sa music na gusto mo, of choice or music. Tapos sa akin naman, eliminate ko yung triggers ko. So for example, dadaan ako dito sa may lugar na malubak or sobrang traffic, siguro mas magta-turn na lang ako other way kahit longer route, maiwasan ko lang. So, yung mga yung mga small details na yun, at least kahit papano na hindi ako na-stress. And then, last one is, go easy on myself. Go easy on yourself. you're not perfect. Tao lang tayo lahat, nagkakamali. Kagaya sinabi ni Doc Jen, tsaka ni Miss Bernadette kanina, you've done your best. You can only do much. Oops, hanggang dun lang kaya mo eh. Tama na.
Tsaka, sir,
Huwag mo nang pahirapan yung sarili mo.
let me add to that, sir.
Go ahead, AJ.
Benny Davis. Yung stress kasi is a part of our lives, di ba? We have to live with it and we have to cope up. Ngayon, hindi kasi lahat ng tao kaya yan.
Tama.
So, yeah, hindi lahat ng tao kaya yan. You have to live with it and you have to be able to function nakasama ang stress. We can't say na we're stress-free. There's no such thing.
There's no such thing, correct?
Day. Yes, we live with stress every day. And now that we have added stress, o di ba? How can we deal with the added stress with the life that we're living now compared to dati, 'di ba? Ganito na yung stress level natin, tapos biglang nadagdagan pa because of the pandemic, 'di ba?
Tama.
We have to adapt. So adapting is actually the best way. Pag ako tanungin mo, it's not seen in books. Hindi mo makikita sa lahat ng Google yan or anything, but it's adapting to stress. It's what will make us survive.
Correct.
So if you ask me bottom line tonight, diba, ang dami natin na pakinggan kay Doc Jen, kay Ma'am Adele,
Ma'am Bernadette and kay Miss Anime.
yeah.
Yeah.
Diba? This is how we cope up with stress and this is how we deal with it every day. If you're not able to deal with it every day, hindi tayo magsa-survive. Now, we have to do it for our family, we have to do it for our loved ones. Di ba, kahit na anong basahin mo sa Google o anong makita mo sa Facebook, it's not gonna work if you don't apply it to yourself.
Correct.
Coping up stress on your own.
Di, tsaka isipin mo rin, is it worth your stress? Choose your battles, I guess, for me. Is it worth your
favorite
stress?
mo sabihin sa akin yan.
Di ba?
Choose your battles.
Is it worth your
Because
stress?
winning is half the battle. Ay, knowing is
Joe
half
pa
the battle. G.I. Joe. Knowing
Di
is
ba?
half the battle.
Yeah. Para sa akin, choose your battles. Is it worth it? Lalo na kung magtutol yan sa health mo. Yung halimbawa, di ba, yung kinaasaran mo, yung kinagagalitan mo, yung kinabibisitan mo, ang himbing na natutulog pero ikaw nagngingit-ngit ka, sana mamatay ka. Di ba? No. Erase that thought anymore. Tama na.
Benny David, selected yun if you're, di ba? Kaya nga, pero, di ba, the stress that we're in right now is different. It's our lives.
Correct.
Our families affected. We're not even able to see them. Pero, how do we cope with it? Yun.
And yun, lahat tayo, nobody's an island. If you need help, mag-ask lang ng help. Alam ko, yung three words sabi nga nila, di ba, na mahirap sabihin is, I need help, I love you, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I love you, pinakamadali. I'm sorry ang pinakamahirap. Para sa akin, I'm sorry, pinakamahirap.
Kasi di ba, may mga tao parang, hindi, okay lang sila, nakikita nila very strong. Pero di ba, kailangan din siguro nilang help. Pag kailangan nyo din ng tulong, magsabi kayo. Siyempre, paano nila malalaman na kailangan nyo ng tulong kung di kayo magsabi? Kung nanghingi naman kayo ng tulong, kung naghingi kayo ng tulong, at hindi sila tumulong, at least trinay nyo. Di ba?
At saka one
Sumubok
thing is
kayo. Huwag kayong mahihiya.
Yeah, yung iba, 'di ba? The easiest way is cigarettes, alcohol, drugs. Yun yung pinakamadali eh. Pero yun nga, now that we're talking, we're mature people aside from sex, 'di ba? Physical.
Uy!
God talaga. I-surrender mo lang lahat, sabihin mo na hindi mo kaya.
Tama.
Hindi mo makuha agad, 'di ba? You don't have to be kahit na anong religion ka. I'm born Catholic, pero right now, syempre, di ba, nasa 2020 na tayo. We know more compared to before. And we have our own relationship with God. Yun lang, wag ka mahingi to ask for help. Prayer helps. Tapos yung pinakamaganda dito is know your weakness. Kung alam mo kung dito ka weak, di ba? Doon ka mag-seek ng help sa weakness mo. If your weakness is asking for help, seeking for help, then you have to ask people for you to be able to reach out. Kasi di ba pride eh. Actually, pride yun tayo.
Oo, totoo yun.
Diba? Parang Benny Davis, I'm sorry, pero hindi ko masabi sa'yo. Sabihin ko, Tina, Pwede mo ba sabihin kay Benny Davis? Sorry na. 'Di ba reach out. You have to ano, masarap matulog na walang sama ng loob at buo
Correct.
yung puso mo.
Yun nga
And
yung sabi nila eh, peace of mind pa rin ang
hirap,
goal.
'di ba? Ang dadaling
Mahirap.
sabihin,
Mhm.
napakahirap i-achieve.
Mhm.
Honestly, peace of mind.
Pero I'd like to share to you this Bible verse kasi pag sobra akong troubled, sobra na talagang stress sa buhay ko. I want to share you this. I don't know, probably alam mo na rin to, Doc Jen or Miss Bernadette, Miss Anna May. It's Jeremiah 29:11. Okay. For I know the plans I have
Yeah.
for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future. So lagi yan nakatabi sa phone gallery ko. Pag sobra ng tindi, sobra ng hirap ang pinagdadaanan ko. Babasahin ko lang yun. Ay, okay, lilipas din to.
Meron pa akong share, sir.
Go ahead.
Benny Davis, one thing I learned with my friends, anyway, I won't tell you where. Pero ganito kasi, kindness. Ano yung kindness? If you're able to, love and kindness actually, that was the last stage of what I went through and that's what I'm applying now. Ibang-iba akong tao compared to when we worked
Yes.
together 20 years ago. Love and kindness, bakit? Kasi sa lahat ng stress na pinagdadaanan natin, when you give love, when you give kindness, na it uplifts you, nababawasan yung burden mo.
Totoo yun.
Oo. Alam mo, di ba, dati,
Kaya nga siguro I made the show again. Alam mo yun, to spread kindness, spread good vibes.
oo.
Kaya yun. Totoo yun.
Kasi no, kindness is a gesture eh. Parang, kunyari, tutulungan mo, mag-open ka lang ng door, say good morning, give a very beautiful smile. Doc Jenna, see my team. You have to be better.
Close up.
Oy, close up na, okay.
That's when you
Close
give
up.
kindness.
Close up.
The first gesture of kindness is your smile. Hindi ganun kaganda yung teeth ko na. So anyway, yeah, the gesture of kindness, it uplifts you. Hindi siya
Hindi kawalan ang umiti.
hindi kawalan ng pagtulong, pag-show na, 'di ba, yung good morning na naka-smile ka,
Mhm.
na alam mo yung pinakamasungit na driver, na pinakamasungit na tao.
Baka may pinagdadaanan lang.
Smile, 'di ba? Parang
Aha.
oh, it's done. And then 'di ba, minus stress 'yun.
Correct.
And that's grabe, ang tagal ko natutunan 'yun. Nakita mo kung gaano ako kasuplado, 'di ba? I don't smile, I don't say hi.
Suplado ka pati sa listener.
Pansinin niyo ako, 'di ba? Ako to. Now, diba,
I'm proud of you, dude. Good job. Good job ka doon. O yun. So before we finally say good night and goodbye,
Another perfect program.
guys, maraming salamat sa inyo. Ladies, thank you so much for joining the show. Kindly do your shout-outs before we finally say goodbye. Umpisan muna natin sa ating Anna May Livardo. Miss Anna May Livardo, thank you so much. At nakahabol ka sa amin. Go ahead, do your final shout-outs and final message to our viewers, our kabidavs. Kung meron ka mang friend na pinagdadaanan ng stress, what would be your advice to him or her? Go ahead.
Yes. Well, yes, tonight was another test of stress for me.
Go ahead, Anna May. Go ahead. Mag-shoutouts ka and then
I have a
your final
couple of friends
message.
talagang
Okay, go ahead.
they're really concerned about problems. Okay. Yes. To all my friends out there, especially those na nagka-counsel ng ibang friends may problems in life, remember, para hindi rin po kayo ma-stress, may boundaries po tayo. It's enough that you would give them the advice, things that they should do in their lives. Pero yung other friends po natin, they also have a responsibility to follow those advices. Kasi otherwise, kung di nila i-follow po yung advices natin, then hindi na po natin burden. Okay. Pero it doesn't mean na hindi na po natin sila tutulungan. Pero at least giving them the proper advice but teaching them how to follow these advices should be of big help to them. Pero yun po, hindi po natin burden na gawin din lahat for them. And of course, sa mga friends ko dyan na medyo down ngayon, yung iba nakaka-chat ko rin. Okay, so primarily because of the pandemic, financial issues daw sa end nila. So, usap tayo. Tingnan natin kung anong pwede niyong i-part-time din sa akin, di ba? Like what I said kanina, there are a lot of things I cannot do on
Financial,
my
pwede
own.
pa utang?
So, I also,
Utang?
yeah. Oh, PM tayo, di ba? Ayun. So, para tawag dito, di ba? At least may extra kayo. Natulungan niyo rin po ako sa mga task. Then, tulungan po tayo. At least, I want to see you enjoy kahit na part-time income just to get by
Tama,
during the
tama.
pandemic.
Tulungan.
Okay.
Ang sarap
Yes.
marinig yung word na yon, tulungan.
Opo. That's how we see it right now. At syempre, wag po kayong mag-alala. Maraming opportunities dyan. May mga ituturo po tayo dyan na para-paraan. Okay. Pero yung mga
Salamat, Anna May.
gusto pong na mag-get by, just message me lang.
Yun, thank you. Message is the key.
PM
PM is the key.
PM is the key. O yun.
PM is the
O yun, sunod na natin. Okay, ang aking favorite na dentista. Kasi marami akong favorite na dentista eh. Meron akong hindi kasi may dentista akong beshi. May dentista na ako, may Dora pa ako.
Correct.
Okay, ito naman may dentista na ako, may teacher, may professor pa ako. Doc Jen, go ahead.
All right. So I just want to thank everyone for sinamahan tayo, lalo yung mga ka-batchmates natin. Thank you so much for listening
Yeah, salamat
tonight
sa inyo.
and joining us. At sabi ko nga, wow, ako yung na-distress kasi talking to Anime and Ma'am Bernadette, parang ang layo ko, may gulay, high-strung ako, biglang sila kalma. So sabi ko, dapat ganito yung mga kausap kong tao para kumalma. So talaga naman, everything happens for a reason. Let's just think that everything has its good purpose. Kaya nangyayari siya with all our stressors. We cannot say that we can handle all our stresses, but tama yung sabi niyo, if you need help, go to your spiritual leaders. Talk to someone you can trust. You don't have to post it, but you don't have to do your rants, pero you talk to someone you really can trust. And medically speaking, alam nyo, let's erase the stigma also of talking to psychiatrists and psychologists. You know, people can... diba? Parang just talk. Hindi naman porque nakipag-usap ka sa psychologist or psychiatrist, may tama tayo sa ulo. No, everybody has their own craziness. Lahat tayo may tama paminsan-minsan. So, I think, ang ganda ng mga comments that there's balance, ganyan. So, sabi ko nga, ako yung natuto tonight because I'm also imbalanced. Kaya, ang hirap. You know, I really agree with AJ. Ang hirap pag ikaw yung stress. Ang hirap siya balansehin, di ba? So, isa lang talaga ay pagka hindi na kaya, you surrender everything to the Lord. Bahala na siya because He will never ever give you a situation or problem that you cannot handle. Kaya yan napadala sa'yo because you can handle it with God's help. So again, thank you. This is a stress releaser. The Benny Davis Live is truly a stress releaser.
Thank you, Doc Jen. Wala ka bang shoutouts, Doc Jen? Baka yung
okay
mga friends mo sa Australia, New Zealand, cousins mo,
yeah,
you're good?
sa lahat ng mga cousins, ayan, so far, doing well. Lahat naman, they're doing well. Sa mga frontliners, maraming salamat again for all the efforts and the love. And for everyone who's been praying para maayos na lahat ito, not only the pandemic, but every problem that we go through. Talagang salute to everyone.
Thank you so much, Doc Jen. Okay, balik tayo sa aking dance partner. I'm so happy, I'm so grateful. Pumayag siya. Ang tagal na ng kanyang camera exposure. 1 hour and 30 minutes na. For sure, inaantok na to. Ma'am Bernadette, maraming salamat sa iyo. You know, I love you. Magmula nung elementary tayo, salamat sa iyo. Kasi si Ma'am Bernadette, halos lahat ng mga events ko tinatawag ko yan, mag-judge siya isang Battle of the Bands. Hindi humihindi sa akin. Ngayon yung bago kong trip, ito, pinagbigyan pa rin ako, kaya alam ko malakas ako sa kanya. Ma'am Bernadette, thank you so much. Go ahead, your shoutouts and final
Shout out
message.
muna. Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out
syempre,
muna.
syempre.
So again, I want to greet my husband. A belated happy birthday, of course.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
A shout out also to some of my colleagues. Kasi nakita ko yung mga nanonood dito, Ma'am
Yeah,
Nes,
yeah, yeah.
ganyan.
Go ahead, go ahead.
To some of my relatives, Mayan, Sheena, ganyan. So, hi to everyone. Likewise sa mga kabatchmates po natin and to some of my students. So, stress management is basically, stress will always be part of our lives. Okay, so in anything that you do, in anything that in any circumstances, meron at merong stress yan. As I was saying a while ago from the very start, it all boils back to attitude. Okay, tapos, and faith has a lot to do, particularly in strengthening you, coping up with all of the stressors that you may encounter in life. But definitely, this kind of stressor should always be viewed as simply a challenge lang dapat eh. Whatever weakness that you have may later on become your strength, di ba? If you think
Tama.
that na the event basically taught you something, then it is not really a stress anymore, but it is merely a lesson in life. Okay. Tapos, during this pandemic, I guess everyone was really forced to stay at home. Normally, as part of stress reliever activities, lumalabas, namamasyal, etc. But everyone was really forced at home. Thus, we all go back to
Totoo.
basics.
Totoo. Because we can
Diba?
travel. And I see
Correct.
your stress reliever is traveling,
Correct.
right?
Oo, correct. Oo.
Hirap,
So,
mahirap.
parang nung simula, parang ano ba to nangyayari? So, hindi kayo makapag-travel. So, what do? You have to go back to basic. Basic, which is, hanapin mo, saan ka ba magaling? Ano ba yung mga hobbies mo? As we were mentioning a while ago, you try to read, you try to, yung mga hobby ngayon, mga nagtatanim, etc. Diba? So,
Yeah, yeah.
lahat ng mga yan is part of mental health yan eh. So, hindi naman pwedeng sabihin na lagi ka na nag-iisip kasi wala namang taong 24/7 na nag-iisip lang, because you should always find time for yourself. And
Tama,
like
tama.
what Sir AJ was telling a while ago, sabi niya, show kindness, show love. But I think before you could show kindness or show love, I think you should first love and you should first have kindness in yourself so that you should
Tama,
be
tama.
able to share it. Kasi you can never share what you don't have. Diba?
Tama,
So,
tama.
you can never be kind to people if you're not kind to yourself. So, yun muna. So, educate yourself.
Love
Yung
yourself.
sarili mo muna, love yourself muna para you could really spread what you want to spread. Kaya yung negativity parang lumalabas is kung yan ang naiisip mo, then it's really is your problem, di ba? If you want to show and you want to share positivity, because it comes from you. You can never be positive kung ikaw mismo ay napaka-nega mo, di ba? So,
Tama.
I think ang stress management is really you manage in such a way that you are able to adjust in every situation that come. But you should never, sabi nga ni Doc Chen kanina, you should never wag mong takbuhan. Wag mong takbuhan because hindi naman tayo binibigyan ng mga ganyan mga pagkakataon para takbuhan eh. Kaya you have to face head on. Kasi doon mo lang makikita kung kakayanin mo hindi. Okay,
Tama,
so
tama, Ben.
yan.
Very
And
well
thank you.
said.
Thank you very much for inviting
Ma'am Bernadette, Ma'am Bernadette, maraming salamat sa iyo. At lagi mo sinasakyan yung mga trip ko. Thank you. love you so much. Alam mo yan. Parang yung Battle of the Bands, naingayang ka. Napuyat ka pa. pero alam mo naman, love na love kita. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
God
you
bless
for
you.
inviting me.
Kay Sir Geoffrey, pakamusta sa kanya. And mag-ingat kayo. Kay Doc Jen, Ma'am Bernadette, maraming salamat sa iyo ha. Okay, thank you. AJ, go ahead. Final message and shout-outs. Go ahead, AJ.
Okay, so our topic tonight was about stress, and diba, something that we have not discussed is it's really part of our life. So it's really stress management. Tapos ano, pag ikaw yung, ay hindi, lahat ng tao, may stress, di ba? Pero it's, depende sa atin kung paano natin minamanage yung stress. If you
Tama,
can
tama.
manage stress properly, di ba? If you can manage stress properly, then you can be in control of your life. If you cannot manage stress, then you cannot be control of anything. And now with yung mga guests natin, di ba? So, nakita natin kung, this is our normal life. Kasama ang
Tama.
stress sa araw-araw na buhay. We can
Tama,
be,
tama.
yeah, di ba? We cannot uh, beat stress. We can live with stress. Yun yung pinakamaganda doon. Di ba, Benny Davis?
Correct, correct. Na basahin ko lang to kasi kanina pa kanina pa ako pinapatawag ni Agnes ni Agnes Johanna Abad. Kanina daw yung comment niya kay Ma'am Bernadette kasi sabi ko lagi nag-smile si Ma'am Bernadette pero sabi ni Joanna agsang sangit dayta. Tatawa. Pag na-stress daw umiyak. Okay yun. Pag na-stress ka, iiyak mo. Good yun. Para sa akin hindi mo na kaya punta ka sa bathroom or yakapin mo yung tropelo, umiyak ka.
At
Tapos,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Gusto ko si Carlos si Kaloy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try to go to him tonight. Pero
Okay.
yung message ko naman kay Kaloy, ito araw-araw to. Ever since pinanganak tayo, stressed na tayo.
Tama.
Stress management. It's how you live with stress. So yeah, I'll try to be with you tonight. We're here for you. Gusto namin sabihin to. It's a message na we're here for you.
Correct, Kaloy. Magsabi ka lang din.
Oo, actually nagsabi siya, nag-reach out siya tonight. So
That's
again,
good.
are you for reaching out? And gusto ko rin sabihin sa kanya na we're always here. So Benny Davis, with this topic, with this conclusion, di ba?
Dude, thank you so much.
Oo naman. And this is something that I'm hoping na makakatulong tayo sa
Oo.
people who actually do not know how to manage stress. We just have to live with stress because this is the life.
Correct. Tsaka wag niyo pong hayaang maging last resort ang drugs, ang alcohol or smoking, maging addiction niyo yan. Please no. I know easier said than done, pero please no. We've been there, done that stage, pero wag na. Take one day at a time, if I may say. And if I may use the quote of Eleanor Roosevelt, it says here, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why they call it present. So kung ano yung meron ngayon, be thankful. The right moment is right now. Sabi nga din sa Bill and Ted, di ba? Right moment is right now. Sabi naman sa Coco, seize the day, seize the moment. Yun na lang. Every day na dumarating, be grateful.
And for me naman, pag hindi mo na talaga kaya, kausapin mo lang ang Diyos, di ba?
Tama.
Just lift it up to Him. Magsabi ka, hindi naman we're Filipinos. So 80% ng Filipinos is Christian. Magsalita ka lang. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to makipag-usap ka lang. He will give you enlightenment.
Tama.
Eksakto, diba? Alam mo yun na hindi ako preacher. Pero sa tagal na,
Dude, I'm so proud of you. I told you that before. I'm so proud of you right now. Tuloy mo lang yan.
Sa tagal naman ng pinagdaanan natin ng stress, di ba? You have to know when to give up and when to lift it up to the Lord. Ganun lang kasimple. We don't have to be religious. Siyempre, astig pa rin tayo hanggang ngayon. Pero being astig doesn't mean you don't believe in God and you don't lift your problems to God at the end of the day. Di ba?
Correct. AJ, dude, maraming salamat sa iyo. You've been always there as my backup support, my backbone, my wingman. Batman and Robin talaga tayo.
For 20 years now, Pastor. Grabe na, 20 years na to.
Okay, successful na naman ang ating live show. Thank you so much sa ating mga kabidavs, sa ating mga viewers, kabidavs online, abroad, worldwide, and mga taga UK, Middle East, London, Canada, North America, Philippines, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Thank you po sa inyong lahat. Ayun. AJ? Anything else?
Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next week. Tama ba? Next week?
Yeah, next week. Meron na naman Riot next week. Riot. Ibang klaseng Riot Riot na masayang Riot to. Hindi yung Riot na kagaya dito sa amin. Hindi po ganun.
This program, by the way, is it's us reaching out to you, di ba? Sabi nga ni Benny Davis, it started nung pandemic. He wanted to go back to his roots, and now we're actually doing it. And dito na naman lalabas yung aming pagka-broadcaster.
And thanks to the viewers who's been always, supporting us. Weekly na nila tayong inaabangan. So maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. God bless you.
Godspeed.
Godspeed. O yun, paalam na rin ako. Guys, thank you. Love you. Catch me again if you can. I'm out of here. Goodbye, Godspeed. And we'll see you next time. AJ, thank you.